Well, hello there. Today we are going to talk about a strange book that I've encountered, and it is called Letters to the Editor of Cthulhu Sex Magazine. This is one of the more deranged and strange and weird books that I've possibly read. It's well written, it's lucid and not lucid. Did this magazine exist? How could it exist? Did it exist? And you get into the backstory of it from these bits and pieces that have been gathered together. They give you kind of a glimpse of what Cthulhu Sex Magazine was and what was going on with it. And it seems like maybe the whole purpose was to bring together a cult or an army of the dead. Because when you read this magazine, bad things seem to happen to the readers, but don't worry, you'll be recomposed and reconstituted into this army of the dead. So you get all these different letters from some people that write in. You also get letters from the actual editor, and then you have different people involved in this. And the key players are actually the author is Oliver Baer, and in this book Father Baer is a main character of sorts that is involved in this, and it's this descent into madness, and it's all around the idea and worship of Cthulhu and bringing about a new age and building a cult, I would say. I don't even know. It was so freaking weird. Did I enjoy it? Did it even exist? Did I read it? Do you exist? Are we even here having this conversation? I'm not sure. After reading this, I question all of reality. I would say there's quite a few trigger warnings in this, so where to even begin? Horrific, murderous things, bestiality, a lot of things that could be triggering to people. So, always be careful with that when you read different books. And, judging from the name, Letters to the Editor of Cthulhu Sex Magazine, there's going to be some interesting things and quite an interesting book. So what I gathered, if I'm to understand, there are the main players involved in this magazine were Father Baer, who is the editor, Saint Michael, who I think brought the whole idea of the magazine together. It's almost in a dream-like quality that some of this exists, so phasing in and out of reality, I'm trying to figure out how to describe this weirdness. And I feel like most people are familiar with Cthulhu. Cthulhu is the dreamer, the sleeping king, the lord of the deep. Originally created by H.P. Lovecraft that we know of back in 1928. Cthulhu is a character that is, the head has tentacles of an octopus, claws on his hands, he's a greenish tinge, and wings on his back. He is of the underground or the below or deep in the ocean. And so you have this magazine dedicated to the dreamer or the sleeping king or whatever his followers may call him. These people that are somehow phasing in and out of this world. There's a woman that's involved in this too that ends up pregnant with something. What is it? Maybe Cthulhu? I don't know. I don't know. And there's all these weird people, and Father Baer, he's out there traveling around doing weird stuff, being consumed, consuming things, performing this horrific ritual, and the offices of Cthulhu sex, weird stuff happens, a lot of death. Sometimes, maybe the issues that these people are getting have poison on them and they're all gonna die, but that's fine because they'll become part of the dead army. And I'm sounding like a rambling madman, and that's basically what this book is. It's the ramblings of madness, but it also had a weird cohesion that it tells the story of this by the different bits and pieces you get of these different letters, some to the editor, some from the editor, and just this overall looking in. And then as it goes through the timeline, it has different political events that are involved in it too. And I really thought that the way that Oliver Baer writes is really fantastic. His grasp of words, the way he conveyed his images and strangeness, I thought was pretty great. This book is an experience. It doesn't have a normal sequential flow. It's bits and pieces that weave together to make this strange narrative of what is Letters to the Editor of Cthulhu Sex Magazine. And it almost feels like one of those books, it's more underground and whatnot, that could become some sort of weird cult classic. So, if you want a really strange and weird, dark experience that may or may not be real, and put some really strange thoughts and ideas in your mind, Letters to the Editor of Cthulhu Sex Magazine by Oliver Baer may just be for you, or it might not be. This is for I don't know who this book is for. Maybe it's you. Maybe. I don't know. Who is this book for? Do you like Cthulhu? Do you like H.P. Lovecraft? Well then, you may like this book quite a bit. If you're looking to have a strange, weird, liminal experience, this is definitely weird. If you're a fan of videos where I talk about strange or weird books, the next video coming up will be about another weird book. So stick around, check it out. And if you had fun hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.